I remember more than anything her commitment, and I remember her authenticity. She would call my radio show and out of nowhere and just talk about something that we may be talking about, a given issue. She would cook. She loved cooking, and she had a very keen sense of humor. For her to be as grounded as she was, as big as she was totally unusual. And I'll always remember quiet moments. I've been to the White House with her, and I've been to soul food restaurants with her. She was always the same Aretha.
I was able to touch the warmth of her hand and her forehead and kiss her one last time. My blood was running warm in her veins. We've known each other for nearly 60 years, since I was a teenager.
And for me personally, it was as if the wind came out of me when I heard the news, because she's such an icon, and her spirit, her soul, everything about her. Everything that we did was based on Aretha Franklin, especially in the very beginning. And I think so many people feel the same way. What a deep loss. But I'm so grateful for her music. She is the queen of soul, and it lives on forever. For me, it's respect. It's R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me. You can't help but dancing and singing to that song. And I love the message. And she was feisty, and you could see that in her music. So when I hear that, that's all over Aretha. I mean, nobody has that signature like she does. What it is, funky dance all night.
We could go on. I mean, we can get carried away.
Aretha.
Nobody gave us what she could give us.
That's the truth.
And it's just awesome. You could see that she was a deep person. And one of the things that showed her strength is she didn't
put on airs.
She didn't put any grief on anyone else. If she was carrying something, she was carrying that with strength and with grace.
You know, she came home to be downtown, and it said a lot. But you know, Mr. Fleming told me she wanted to be on the river, and you know, she ended her life the way she chose to. If you were just to listen and say, where is Aretha Franklin from? I think you would say Detroit. The grit, the spirit, the energy. It feels like Detroit to me, always has.
She loved Detroit, and Detroit loved her back. Her music was absolutely inspirational. Young, Gifted, and Black was a pivotal point in my life, and I know it inspired so many African Americans, but she just has a reservoir of music that none of us will ever forget.
She gave me a lot of inspiration. Just made me really, really happy with her music. Yeah, she did. Really, really happy. She touched that, yes, all of my stomach, my heart, everything.
Aretha Franklin is such an icon. She meant so much. I'm a singer, and she certainly is one of my favorites. So to lose her today is just tough. She really was like that grandmother in music. You know, I've been watching her since birth, really. I'm in my 30s, and so to lose such an icon, I mean, she knew how to use her voice in such a way. Sometimes I just have an Aretha day and just decide to put her on and play her all day. You know, I have days like that. Today is definitely one of those days.
She was the quintessential, well-rounded artist that we asked for. She was an activist for Black Americans. She was an activist for Black people around the world. She was an activist for women and women empowerment. And I think she's definitely the definition of what it means to be American, to start from nothing and become the greatest possibility you could ever be in life.